What is cloud computing? Companies have different ways to offer cloud computing. Infrastructure is at the bottom, where applications are hosted. Let's say you are hosting an e commerce website to sell electronic goods. The website performs very well during the normal times. Say, during the festive season, you plan to introduce offers or discounts on the products. This gives rise to a sudden spike in the traffic, and the performance might go down because more number of people will be accessing your website. To overcome this challenge, typically we increase the hardware resources to support the load on the servers. That's what you're seeing in the left hand side. On premise, we'll keep adding the resources. Once the season is over and things get back to normal, there are very less chances for companies to release the added resources. Therefore, this becomes an added investment for the company. To avoid the situation, the company can smartly invest on cloud computing, what you're seeing in the right hand side. Cloud computing is the capability of serving a user with on demand resource like servers, storage, network, software, and intelligence over the internet with the option of pay as you go basis. On premises versus cloud computing. When we talk about on premise, it requires more space for physical servers. We need a dedicated team to maintain and manage the servers, which is a kind of an overhead. Data security becomes a major concern. Need more planning and investment for data recovery. It's not very flexible for infrastructure changes. No automatic software updates are available. Data cannot be accessed remotely. It is a challenge to auto scale up or down. When it comes to cloud computing, no space is required for the servers because the servers are physically from the provider side. No need for dedicated team for maintaining the servers. Data security can be managed by the providers. The disaster recovery can also be managed by the provider themselves. It is very flexible when it comes to changes in infrastructure. Automatic software updates are easily done in a cloud computing environment. Data can be accessed remotely over internet. People can work from anywhere they want. And lastly, it's highly scalable. On auto scale support is easily available when it comes to cloud computing. These are some of the differences which we can highlight when it comes to on-premise versus cloud computing. Now let's see the types of cloud computing. Cloud computing is divided based on two models, deployment model and a service model. Coming to a deployment model, we have public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Service model has software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. Based on the deployment model, we have public cloud. Computing services and infrastructures are managed by a third-party provider and made publicly available over the internet. It may be free or sold on demand, allowing customers to pay as you go model. Comparatively, it is less expensive. Next is the private cloud. Infrastructure is maintained by just one customer or organization, and it is exclusively operated for a single organization. This type of cloud also provides advantages like public cloud, including scalability, elasticity, and self service, but in proprietary architecture. When it comes to the hybrid cloud, the option is the combination of on premises infrastructure, private cloud services, and public cloud services. Here, the applications will run in combination of different environments. The type of customers who would prefer this option would be mainly banking sectors where security plays a major concern. Most sensitive data can be deployed in on premises cloud, while less critical can be deployed in public cloud providers. Based on the service model, we can talk about the software as a service first. This is the most popular one. In this model, the application or software is delivered over the internet through subscription basis. Resources managed by the vendor. Some examples are Microsoft Office 365 and Gmail. We have few more examples. Software as a service is usually offered in the form of multi-tenant architecture, where multiple users will be accessing the same resources within the system. Each user will have dedicated space within this environment in same environment. The data is stored and retrieved securely without any compromise. Next is platform as a service. Platform as a service is mainly used by the development teams. It is a complete development and deployment environment in the cloud. The infrastructure and the supporting software is managed by the cloud provider themselves. This includes operating system, programming language, execution environment, web server, and database. You manage only the application and data. The rest will be managed by the cloud service provider themselves. This helps the user to focus on the business needs rather than worrying about other small details. Next, let's talk about the infrastructure as a service. This offers all the computing resources in a virtual environment. Users can access them and decide what software to be used to suit their needs. This is mainly used by the system administrators. Infrastructure as a service provides storage, networking, servers, and computing resources in the cloud. The organizations use their own applications and platforms within the service provider infrastructure. Users need not purchase hardware. They can just pay on demand. Users get to take advantage of scalability of resources and need not worry about maintaining the servers at all. That concludes our types based on the model. Thank you.